Hey everyone, it's Angela with Mystic Moon, bringing you guys a twin flame reading for the month of January. So even though we're about a week into January 2021, I still wanted to dedicate a twin flame reading to the collective. So just take what resonates, you guys, and get rid of what doesn't. This reading, we're just going to basically shuffle cards, see what comes through. We don't have really any kind of a format. I just want to see what we need to know today will come through. So I'm going to be using a few different decks here today. I'll let you guys know what I'm using as I shuffle each deck. And I don't know if I said this already, but just please take what resonates and get rid of what doesn't. I think I already said that, but let's get started. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to go, this is a beautiful Orgonite here. This is the Twin Flame Nude Orgonite created by my friend Michelle from Wing and Bell. So I will put her down below. And this beautiful deck here is called the Heart and Soul Love Oracle by Celestial Forecast by Carrie. Okay. So let's see what we need to understand and know about our twin flame connection, twin flame journey, our twin flame, whatever needs to come through. What are the messages? Okay, so we have heartbreak. Interesting. That just wanted to flip out. Some of you guys are very heartbroken right now over this twin flame connection. I am getting that. Okay, it says, I can't handle this pain anymore. It says it's tearing me into a million pieces. My heart is on the floor. I can't eat. I can't sleep. It's too much, too overwhelming. Let me just go to sleep and never wake up. I'll never recover from this grief. The heartbreak, I can't go on. So with a collective reading, you guys, this does not mean that just because this card came up that this is your message. This could be somebody else watching this video's message right now, not yours. Maybe the next will be yours, not theirs. You see, so just that's why we say take what resonates and get rid of what doesn't. So right from the get-go, we're dealing with perhaps people in the collective right now that are feeling this way, that are just feeling so freaking triggered and so freaking heartbroken over their twin flame connection. They just feel like they're never going to love again. They're never going to feel like this again. They don't even know how to move on, carry on, all of these things. And there could just be a lot of other factors that are adding to this too. I mean, the stress of life in general right now just could be getting to a lot of people. So we have a lot of pills. We have a lot of medication in that picture. So I'm kind of taking that into consideration too. Maybe some of us are overdoing it, over medicating ourselves. Maybe some of us are on medications, which there's nothing wrong with that. But there could be some people that are abusing pills and things like that, so they don't have to feel, they can numb out. So there's some kind of a message here about that kind of energy. Okay. So what is Spirit trying to tell us about this heartbreak? Okay, what is Spirit trying to tell us about this heartbreak? Let's go into my Twin Flame Journey Oracle, okay, and see what we need to understand and know. What's going on here? What is the energy surrounding heartbreak? Let's take a look here. Okay, so we have commitment. So it could be that there's heartbreak over somebody's lack of being able to commit in this connection, or it could be that this is an external relationship, a third-party situation. I'm getting that for some, not all, but some. We are getting mute too. Maybe somebody is committed elsewhere. Maybe somebody is very focused on something else. Now, this commitment doesn't have to be a relationship. This could be somebody's married to their freaking job. Maybe somebody's very committed to their life purpose and their goals. Maybe somebody is just at that point where they just can't focus on anything else but success. Their goals, their achievements, their talents. But we have mute here, and mute is people are not speaking. Maybe somebody's cutting someone off. Maybe somebody is not, communicating like they used to. Maybe somebody is not showing up the way that they used to for this connection. Maybe somebody has cut someone off, blocked someone. Maybe because of a third-party situation, someone has been blocked. So there could be this heartbreak here for whatever reason, okay? So let's go ahead and get one last message on that. Yeah, we have compromise. So it's kind of like something has been compromised. I am getting this message for some of you that are in a third-party situation or dealing with the twin flame that has a partner, or maybe you do. Something has been compromised. Talking to you, communicating with you, whether it's over text, whether it's over email, or even the phone, in whatever way communication is taking place. Something has been compromised. So someone has cut someone off. Somebody has blocked somebody. Somebody has just basically stopped communicating. And this has created a major heartache because it's just like, I don't understand what happened here. I just don't understand how we could go from being so close to just suddenly you're not even speaking to me anymore. I don't know why, you guys, but that message is here. So let's get some tarot on this. And then we'll get some advice. What's tarot on this here? This is my Twin Flame Journey Tarot. What do we need to know and understand about what's happening here in this dynamic or situation. Okay, so we have the Ace of Cups. So the Ace of Cups is a love initiation. The Ace of Cups is an offer here, okay? It's like I'm offering you my cup. I'm offering you my cup of love. Let's initiate into this new beginning, an offer here. So there's something about an offer, equal exchange of give and take. This is about both people being able to equally give to one another. And with the Ace of Pentacles, what Spirit is trying to tell us here with this, because we have two aces, the two people have to be on the same page, you guys. So if you're dealing with someone who is not able to give to you in the way that you're giving to them, like what you have given them is not what you're getting back, this is not going to work out right now, okay? It might be best to invest elsewhere. And the Ace of Cups to me, you guys, is ourselves. Are we filling our own cup enough? Or are we looking to another person to fill that cup? We need to invest more wisely within ourselves. So there could be a lesson here that we have given all, that we have given everything to the situation, and then we just got burned in the end. Did we really get burned, or did we set ourselves up for disaster from the very beginning? So sometimes it's very easy to say it's this person's fault, or if this didn't happen, or if this person wasn't in the situation, then this wouldn't be happening. And maybe sometimes that's somewhat true. But the way that we allow other people to treat us, the way that we set ourselves up for these disasters by overgiving, by love bombing, by doing all these things, by overcompensating, we end up hurting ourselves in the end, okay? Because if something is not reciprocated, if you're giving to someone and you know that they're not available, or you know that they're, not able to give to you in the way that you need them to give to you because they've told you things such as, I don't want a commitment, I'm not really looking for someone, or I'm married, or I'm in another relationship, we're setting ourselves up for disaster. We're not victims at that point. We are going into a situation where we know. Now, of course, this isn't really going to apply for somebody that you didn't know was married. Maybe you thought you were in a situation and then to find out later that they were not available. So that's not really the same thing. This is really for people that know that you're dealing in a third party situation. Okay. But this message isn't for people that are only dealing with third party. I feel like this could just be you overcompensating or over giving, being maybe even a little codependent or needy, or just really looking for someone else to fill your cup, but you didn't leave anything on reserve for yourself. That can also turn into a disaster. So Spirit is saying here, you might have compromised your own happiness. You might have compromised your own integrity. You may not have spoken up when you should have spoken up. You may not have basically said, you know what, I want a commitment. This casual dating or just sex, that's not what I want. So are we really victims here, or did we not do what we should have done to begin with? Were we not true to ourselves to begin with? I'm getting that this message can be a little bit for anyone out there. Wherever you sold yourself short and compromised yourself, this is why this is a heartbreaking situation, because you've allowed something to happen. Now, this doesn't mean that somebody just did something to you and you were asking for it because you set yourself up. This is not to blame you, but we do have to take responsibility whenever aces are around, because to me, that's our singular energy. That's our energy. It's what we do with that beginning is up to us, okay? So maybe some of us saw the signs, maybe some of us didn't. Maybe some of us were dealing with someone that had an addiction and we wanted to save them. We wanted to save this person. It doesn't work. So you're going to find out in the end, you end up empty-handed. It doesn't work that way. So for whatever reason, that message is coming through for people that are heartbroken, whether it's third party, whether it's not speaking up and not setting healthy boundaries, or just giving everything and not getting anything back in return, okay? Or just really being heartbroken because something was just severely imbalanced and unfair. Regardless, there is pain here. So let's go ahead and get some messages here from Spirit in regards to healing, okay? What are some messages for healing? So we're going to go into my Divine Feminine Healing deck for this, okay? Divine Feminine Healing. What is the message here for our healing? Okay, let's see what we got. Branded What other people think about me is none of my business. I choose to let it go now. And this is a really difficult one, you guys. It's really hard that when someone says something about us, even if it's not true, we tend to take it onto ourselves to say, oh my gosh, maybe I am unlovable. Maybe I am desperate. Maybe I am needy. Maybe I am unattractive. Whatever has been said to us by whether it's this person or other people in our lives or just other people around this individual. Your twin flame, whoever you see this as, this is basically telling you here that what other people think about you really isn't any of your business, because that says something about them. It really doesn't make it true. So if you've branded yourself as broken or unlovable, Spirit is saying it is time for you to let that other person's opinion about you or their own insecurities or projections, let it go now, okay? We have performance. See, I did get this energy that somebody has been just like, that's why I assigned a clown for this picture, doing a performance. The performance. It was the performance of a lifetime. It should have worked. Oh my gosh. And I'm going to bring myself into the equation, because I think sometimes when we talk as readers and we, bring ourselves into it, it might help you guys to see certain things that maybe, you've done too. Man, I used to be that type of person. Well, I mean, I can still get into that trap too, where it's just like you go into a situation and you just like overgive, man. Like you just pull out all the tricks. All the tricks up your sleeve, and you don't even see yourself as manipulating the situation. You're just like, I'm just such a good and giving person, and I'm doing all these wonderful things, and I'm rolling out the red carpet, and I'm spending all this money making this event just amazing for this person. I bought all these gifts, and I did all these things to make it super special. You pulled out all the freaking tricks in the book, and the person still isn't either satisfied, or they're not that impressed, or it didn't make them fall over in love with you, head over heels. It didn't make them love you anymore. You didn't win them over like you thought for sure you were going to. So how many times have we set ourselves up for that trap? Okay? I'm going to read this to you. I surrender my need to people please in order to feel accepted. I am good enough just the way that I am. That's a really hard one, you guys. Sometimes we don't feel like we're good enough. What we have to offer is good enough, so we overgive. We perform tricks to make people like us. I don't mean that literally, but it's just metaphorically speaking. We do these things to make people admire us, to love us. So there is something here that is at the root of the issue. So we do have to take some responsibility on our twin flame journey. These things have not come up just because we have participated in some of this heartache. We have participated in some of this madness. It's not just our divine masculine or our divine feminine's fault. We are not complete victims here. It does take two to tango. All right, last message. Behavior. I will not engage in behaviors that don't align with my values and belief systems. When I do this, no one benefits. So I'm getting a couple of different messages here. That's third party to me. Some of you guys engaged in behaviors that did not align with your values. You knew it, and your person probably knew it, but you guys did it anyways. So this is the thing. Just because you accepted this behavior in the past doesn't brand you from here on out to have to accept it forever. You can change your mind at any time in any situations. Do you know how many times that I've said, this is how I feel in this moment? Or you say, you really mean something in one moment, but then you change your mind later. You can do that. And when other people do what we feel so just slighted, oh my God, when anybody's ever changed their mind or opinion about me, or about the way that they feel, oh my God, I'm just so wounded. I just take it so personally. But I can do it. So sometimes you just have to put yourself in other people's shoes and go, you have the right to change your mind. Sometimes what people are bringing to the table, they're only bringing half. And so when they really bring who they are to the table, then you're like, okay, now I have the full picture. Now I can make a different decision. So sometimes we just engage with things because we don't have all the information. Sometimes we make decisions based on half the information, or because maybe we don't value ourselves in that moment. But guess what? We get some confidence and then we're like, hey, you know what? I don't have to put up with this shit. So you have the right to change your mind. Don't brand yourself to say, well, I accepted this before, so I'm going to have to say yes this time. F that. No. So this is telling you here, if something doesn't align with your values and you mean no, and you feel like you're going to try to people please and say yes, don't do it. That is not a wise investment. If it doesn't feel right for you, don't go slumming. Don't go slumming. Don't do things just because someone else wants you to do it. Don't do things just because if you say no, you're going to lose that person. If you lose that person, they're not worth it anyways. Okay? You're good enough just the way that you are. So if you want a relationship and you want a commitment and your person doesn't want that right now, doesn't align with who you are. Don't try to force something to fit if it doesn't fit. Okay? When we do this, when we try to push people to fit our narrative or agenda, we end up getting hurt. If someone is not on the same page with you, give them some space to figure it out. If they don't figure it out, it might be time to invest elsewhere. I don't care if you see this person as your twin flame or not. I also created the branded card. Be very careful with how you brand people. Because if we say, this person absolutely is my twin flame, you know what? Maybe they're not. It's okay if they're not. They don't have to be. We don't even have to have a twin flame in this life to be special, to be on this twin flame journey. You don't have to have a twin flame to be on this twin flame journey. Maybe you're meant to have union with yourself. Maybe that's why you're on this journey. Maybe that's why you've been perhaps triggered by particular people, is to maybe find your true twin flame later on. Who knows? Just be open on this journey. Try not to get just tunnel vision that this person has to be this and this person has to be that. Okay? Be very open. So we become heartbroken when we set ourselves up from the very beginning. And if we're not healthy and we have a lot of issues, then we are going to attract those same dynamics in other people to play these things out in order for us to heal, you guys. So this is the thing. Whatever you guys are experiencing right now on your twin flame journey, you're meant to be experiencing it, okay? But we got to take some responsibility for what's happening. It can't be everyone else all the time. And that's not to say that that's what you guys are doing or feeling, but if you are and this message resonates with you, then definitely take it. Okay, so what else do we need to know, Spirit? Lay it on us. What else do we need to frickin' know here? So let's go ahead and go into my twin flame angel numbers. What else do we need to know on our journey? Let's see what else we need to know. "105, your intuition is divinely guided, so trust all that you are being shown at this time." So the thing is, you guys, sometimes our intuition, we question it. We don't want to listen to it. Sometimes it's dead on and we're just like, you know what? I get it. I understand. I can see the light. I totally get it. So let's go ahead and go into Messages of Love Oracle cards by All Things Intuitive and see what is our intuition maybe perhaps being shown at this time. What are we being shown at this time that we're either we need to listen to or just we need to pay attention to? Okay, so this is a destined partnership, fate. So I like that this came up. What is destiny? What is fate? Destiny and fate can sometimes be intertwined. Sometimes people see it differently. I see destiny as a blueprint. It is a blueprint that before we came into this life with certain contracts, twin flame contract, whatever, we have a blueprint. These are things that we want to work on. These are things that we want to learn. This is karma that we need to release. These are patterns that we need to heal, etc. Fate are things that we cannot change. This is something that has been written in the stars. So if you're fated to, let's just say, be with someone, Spirit is going to constantly push things into that direction. And it doesn't mean that you have no free will over the situation, but ultimately things are going to happen the way that they're going to happen because it's fated to happen. Destiny is different. You have free will with destiny. You have the ability to say, you know what? I don't choose that in this lifetime. I choose to go into another direction. I choose to do this with my life. I choose to go into this career instead of going towards my talents and really embarking on my talents. I choose to be corporate rather than having my dream job as being a singer, whatever. So we come with certain talents and certain things that we want to do and accomplish, but that doesn't mean that we have to do those things. Fate, I feel, is divinely guided by spirit, by the universe. And so your intuition is being divinely guided, showing you what is fated for you and what is destined. So I feel like there's kind of like a path that you're on, and you're letting your intuition be your guide on your path, on your twin flame journey. Whatever is meant for you will happen. Whatever is not, you will be divinely guided into another direction. So we're being very open on our twin flame journey. We're not having that tunnel vision like I just spoke about. We're able to let go and let things unfold the way that they are meant to unfold. And that's a beautiful, beautiful thing. What else do we need to know? It is time to make a decision about this relationship. So it's time to make a decision about this connection. Maybe some of us have been putting off this decision. Maybe some of us are afraid to make certain decision because what if I make this decision and then I don't end up with my twin flame? What if I make this decision and then all of a sudden I this screws something up? Nonsense. I feel that's why this card came up. If it's fated for you, you can't screw it up. You can't screw up what fate has basically in store for you. You have the free will to make decisions. Don't let anybody tell you that you can't do this or you can't do that or else. Nobody is in charge of your destiny but you. Okay? So if your intuition is guiding you a certain way and showing you things at this time, follow that to make your decisions, you guys. It's beautiful. And we have interference. An external party is meddling in this relationship. I do feel, for whatever reason, that there is third party twin flame energy in this reading today. So some people in the collective are dealing with a third party situation. And what do we mean by third party? There's something that's interfering with this, whether it is an external relationship that you're having, your person is having, or there is a person around you or your person that is basically creating issues that is causing the two of you to have some sort of, struggle. Or they're meddling in the relationship and they're interfering because perhaps there is a lesson to learn. There is something for us to learn in that hardship. It could be that heartache that came up at the very beginning of the reading. But what Spirit wants us to understand and know is that ultimately trust your intuition, trust the direction that you're being guided. You need to make a decision about this relationship. If somebody isn't able to give to you in the way that you see fit or it doesn't align with your values, then you might need to make a decision to step away from this connection, to go in another direction. And some of you might be afraid because, oh my gosh, if I don't continue to fight for this connection, it means it's not meant to be. That is nonsense. If this connection is meant to be, then the thing is, you might as well do what makes you happy and do what's right for you. And that might be there could be a lesson there for your twin flame to act with more integrity, to maybe you set those healthy boundaries and say no, and to draw the line. That could also cause your twin flame to do some necessary reflection and healing to not take advantage of a situation if they're taking advantage of you, if they're taking advantage of your kindness, if they're taking advantage of your giving ways. Enabling people to continue to act like assholes doesn't do anybody any good. It doesn't do them any good, and it doesn't do you any good. So sometimes we do have to kind of facilitate those tough love lessons for our twin flames, So being the yes man or the yes woman all the time, and just always being in love and light and just accepting all the bullshit that your twin flame is offering to you, that's not always the right thing to do. Sometimes the right thing to do is for you to say, you know what? No. And you know what? I'm going to take care of myself and I'm going to do my own thing for a little while. You figure your shit out. And when you figure it out, then you know what? Maybe we'll come together. If it's fated and I still, still feel you and you still feel me and it's meant to be, then we'll come together. But I can't be in this external situation. I can't be in this energy anymore. This isn't working for me anymore. So some of you guys have a right to do that. And some of you guys should do that. But again, ultimately, do what you're divinely guided to do. That's what the answer is there. Do what you're divinely guided to do. So if there's something that just came up in that message that you've been feeling on your own, and whatever just came up, it's kind of like, I already knew that. Ding, ding, ding. There you go. You just got your answer. So let's go ahead and get some messages from your twin flame, whether it's masculine or feminine, it doesn't matter. We're going to go into what he didn't say cards. And so this does say from the divine masculine. So I feel like the majority of my viewers are divine feminines. So we'll just go ahead and go with that. Okay. What is the masculine wanting to say to the feminine right now? Okay. I am following faith. I am trusting the divine to bring us back together when the time is right. So look at this. This could be that this masculine is relying on what is meant to be. If you guys are meant to come back together, then he may just be kind of letting go and trusting that you guys will come back together. So I feel like you may need to do the same. Okay? You may need to do the same. Because whatever this masculine perhaps is struggling with, he may not be willing at this time to basically change these circumstances or to handle this business right now. So now we're going to go ahead and read this one. And it says, it made me feel less than when you pointed out my shortcomings. This masculine has triggered you guys because the thing is, he knows that you're right. He does feel ashamed. He's not able to accept your criticism. And the reason why is because he knows that you're right. It's not going to say all feminines are right and all negatives are wrong. I mean, all masculines are wrong. That's not what I'm saying here. But in this particular dynamic, there is a situation that is unsatisfactory. There's a situation that is less than you deserve, and you know it, and your masculine knows it. And so it is time for you to make a decision. It is time perhaps to step away from this connection for a little bit of time. It might be time to go into another direction for the time being, to allow this masculine to figure it out, to figure out perhaps what he's lost. And that might be very heartbreaking for you. And that might be why the heartache or the heartbreak came through, is because you're starting to realize that this is probably something that you do need to do. This is probably something where you can't compromise your own happiness any longer. What the masculine is not willing to do or say right now, you can't continue to allow this to bring this heartache and sadness into your life. Okay, so let's get one last message here. I denied our connection. See, I withheld from you how I truly felt. I was scared to commit to you. Now I have ruined my opportunity to be with you. So just so you guys know, this masculine does not walk away from this connection, or you walk away from him not having some sort of regret at some point that he has ruined something between the two of you, because he either couldn't commit or because there is another commitment that is interfering or in the way. And that's not to say that somebody is interfering or that you can't be with your masculine because someone else is committed to him. I mean, those could be the facts, yes, but we're not blaming the partner. We're not blaming the person that he's with. I can't be with them because of them. No. That kind of energy, that's blame. We're shifting blame onto someone, and we're not holding the proper people accountable. Okay? So I denied our connection. I withheld how I truly felt from you. We already know this with the mute card. The mute card is I'm withholding. Okay? I'm not telling you. I was scared to commit. Okay? Wherever that card is. I was scared to commit. Okay? And it's very heartbreaking. Didn't want to invest. I was scared. I couldn't offer my cup of love. I compromised our relationship, our connection. I compromised being with you. I've ruined this opportunity to be with you. It's all here. It's all here. So whether this masculine feels this way right now, whether he will feel this way later, all I know is that you're dealing with a masculine who cannot handle the criticisms right now. He cannot handle what you know to be true or what you know he should do. He knows what he needs to do, but he's not doing it. So he's perhaps waiting for better timing. And he's perhaps denying your connection right now, which is why it may be so heartbreaking for you. Okay? It may be very, very heartbreaking for you because your cup is being denied. Okay? Pretty deep stuff. So why don't we go ahead and see, let's go ahead and get another topic from this deck. Let's get another topic from this deck here. See what else Spirit wants to bring forth. What else do we need to understand and know right now about this twin flame journey, this twin flame connection, etc.? See, look at that, you guys. It's all in the cards. There's something about timing here. The time just isn't right now. Okay? So I do feel, in a way, this masculine is actually asking the feminine to have faith that if the universe brings them back together, if it's fated, trust in that. I'm going to read this. Life is so simple for some people. They meet someone they love, or they fall in love, they get married and live happily ever after. With us, it wasn't as simple. We met, we became friends, and more than friends, but life had other plans, other commitments. Come on, you guys, I can't make it up. Other obligations. It wasn't our time. Perhaps in our next lifetime it will be. Some of you guys, that's the thing. You may have finally just come to some sort of conclusion that, you know what? It might take another life. It might take several lives for your person, your twin flame, to be able to give to you in an equal way, to be ready for this connection. It might be. So it might be that you guys are just meant right now. I'm not branding anything and saying you guys aren't meant to be together in this life. That's not my job to do that at all. No one else's either. But it's time for you guys to work on your cups. It's time for you guys to work on yourselves. I see two people that need to work on themselves, to work on their own energies, and then perhaps come back at a later date. So it may just be heartbreaking right now that you have finally come full circle and come to that conclusion. It's very sad, but you know that you need to make a decision. And the decision that you need to make is that, I need to go my own way. I need to let this maybe lie for a little time. And whatever is meant to be, if this is meant to happen and meant to work out, it simply will. That's it. That's the message. So let's go ahead and close up with some messages here. Let's go into this deck right here. This is from Sister Moon Tarot. It's Divine Feminine. What should I do? Okay, so maybe the feminine wants, what do I do from here on out? What do I do now? Well, let's take a look. What do I do now? So what's a closing message from Spirit? What do we do now? Where do we go from here? If we're going to give our twin flames some space or continue to be in a separation, whatever's happening here, what do I do now? What do we do now? Do the opposite of what you would normally do. And that's kind of cool because what would you normally do? I know every time the shit hits the fan, what would I normally do? Blame, cry, hole up in a corner, be pissed, throw some shit around. That's what I probably would normally do. But this is saying do something you wouldn't normally do. Maybe meditate, go outside, make a play date with a friend, go to a zoo, visit some animals, do something you wouldn't normally do. So what this does is it shifts your energy, your frequency. It changes your program. Just do something that would be opposite of what you would normally do. And this will help you to kind of get out of that funk. Go someplace. Just do something. Do something you wouldn't normally do. I like that. Pay attention to the last song that you heard. That's kind of a cool message. So what's the last song that you heard, you guys? There could be some kind of a message in the lyrics for you, straight from Spirit, straight from your spirit team. Kind of letting you know not all is lost, not all is doom and gloom. Everything is going to be okay. In the end, it's all going to work out. Okay? And put your feet in the sand or dirt to ground yourself. So some of you guys could be guided to go to a beach, garden, be outside in nature, whatever this is going to help you to ground yourself. So I definitely get here to spend some time in nature because that's actually going to really, really help you. I feel guided at the very end of this reading to get some future words from your twin flame, okay? So we're going to close up this reading with my twin flame journey messages, number 1, and twin flame journey messages, number 2. Okay, so what are some words that may be spoken in the future on this journey from your twin flame to you? Lying was just easier for me than telling you the truth. So you have a twin flame that's going to be telling you perhaps in the future. They're going to be owning up to their lies. They're going to be owning up to why they lied to you. They're going to tell you why they did lie. So there could just be some deception. Mute. That's also a form of lying by not saying anything. You're just choosing not to say something. You're withholding information. You're withholding communication. You're not being true to yourself. You're not being true to your feelings. You're not being true to the other person. You're not honoring the other person's feelings. So I feel like this twin flame is going to be telling you in the future that it was just easier for them to lie to you than to just tell you the truth, tell you what was really going on. They may have just been trying to buy some time. They may have not wanted to hurt your feelings. They may have not known how to get out of this situation. They didn't know how to accept defeat. They didn't want to feel like a failure. They felt insecure. There's a lot of things that they could be explaining to you as to why it was just easier to freaking lie. And you know what, you guys? We've all been there. Sometimes it's just easier to tell a lie than to deal with something. Okay? I'm sorry I held myself back with you. Look at this. Oh my gosh. So to me, they are explaining to you here why they withheld how they really felt. Okay. And I also came up with this heartbreak. No, not heartbreak card. What's the other one? I can't remember which one it was, but I just, their help. I guess it was that one that I just read. I held myself back with you. And I'm sorry. So they're going to say they're sorry that they held themselves back, that they didn't allow themselves to be with you, that they didn't allow themselves to take a chance or a risk with you. That's what they're saying to you in the future. Look at this. 2 apologies. I'm sorry I couldn't do right by you either. I'm sorry I could not do right by you in this connection. I'm sorry I treated you a certain way. It was just easier for me to just lie instead. It was easier to lie. It was easier to hold myself back. It was just easier to do you wrong than to do you right. Wow. Look at that, you guys. The very end. I will make things right between us one day. So one day your person does plan on trying to make these wrongs right with you. They might not be able to do it right now, but in the future, they hope to. And they may tell you in the future, I'm going to make things right between us one day, which means that if you do talk to them, they may still not be ready, but they want to make it right one day with you. Beautiful. So anyways, you guys, I hope that that reading was helpful to you. Again, if that is not your experience on your twin flame journey or with your twin flame or your masculine or feminine, this is not the reading for you. So I hope that it was helpful. Take care, you guys. Bye-bye.